January 2026. Brooks Koepka steps back onto the PGA Tour.
And Brooks Koepka is that. He is a 5-time major champion. He is a generational talent. And so the PGA Tour have created this loophole, the returning member program.
But something happened behind closed doors. A secret phone call to Tiger Woods. 3 weeks of negotiations nobody knew about. Penalties so severe they could end his career.
To jump ship for LIV and stay loyal to the tour, Koepka was able to get a big payday and return without any consequences, except that there will be consequences, severe and justified financial penalties.
What did Koepka agree to, and can he survive what comes next? Let's find out. In June 2022, Brooks Koepka did something that shocked the golf world. The 4-time major champion signed with LIV Golf for a reported 9-figure contract. Over $100 million to join a Saudi-backed breakaway league promising shorter tournaments, team golf, and guaranteed money. The decision sent shockwaves. Koepka had always been one of the tour's biggest names, a player who thrived under pressure. His resume spoke for itself. Back-to-back US Opens in 2017 and 2018, back-to-back PGA Championships in 2018 and 2019, and a 5th major at the 2023 PGA Championship while playing for LIV. The man knew how to win. But leaving the PGA Tour came at a cost. Commissioner Jay Monahan had attended Koepka's wedding a month before he left. Players felt betrayed. Golf's civil war had begun, and Koepka was on the other side. For nearly 4 years, he played LIV events worldwide. He won 5 times, pocketed millions more, and seemed content. When asked about returning to the PGA Tour, he showed little interest. Then something changed. In September 2024, Koepka's wife Jana revealed she had suffered a miscarriage at 16 weeks. They have a 2.5-year-old son. The couple rarely traveled to LIV's international events, meaning significant time apart. The balance felt wrong. By late 2024, Koepka was having conversations about coming back. On December 23rd, LIV Golf and Koepka announced they had mutually agreed to part ways, with 1 year remaining on his contract. The official reason was family. But the real story was just beginning. The first call Koepka made wasn't to the PGA Tour commissioner. It was to Tiger Woods. "I felt like Tiger was somebody that I've relied on in the past for questions and answers," Koepka explained at his press conference. He didn't know Brian Rolapp, the tour's new CEO. Jay Monahan, the commissioner who'd attended his wedding, would have been next. But Tiger felt most comfortable. Woods chairs the PGA Tour's Future Competitions Committee and sits on the policy board. He's also been LIV's most vocal critic. Getting Woods on board was essential. 3 weeks after Koepka left LIV, the tour announced the returning member program, a pathway back for LIV players who'd won majors or the players since 2022. Eligible players: Koepka, Jon Rahm, Bryson DeChambeau, and Cameron Smith. Deadline: February 2nd. Koepka was first to jump, but it came at a steep price. $5 million to charity. No FedEx Cup bonus money for 2026. No tour equity shares for 5 years valued at $50 to $85 million. No sponsor exemptions into signature events until he qualifies himself. He must play 15 events minimum. Koepka will be added to fields rather than taking spots, meaning 2 additional players get in. Tour CEO Rolapp estimates Koepka will forfeit $50 to $85 million. Woods called it fair. "We worked through the holidays. There were no days off. We came out with a plan." Woods framed it as beneficial for everyone. It makes the tour better. If Brooks plays, it puts more money in their pocket. It's a win for everyone. On January 12th, it became official. Brooks Koepka was back. His first event, Farmers Insurance Open at Torrey Pines. And ESPN decided to air early round coverage on its main channel for the first time since 2006. The story was too big to ignore. Tuesday, January 28th, 2026. Brooks Koepka sat in the media center at Torrey Pines, Nike hat pulled low. This is the man known for swagger, for not caring what anyone thinks. But today looked different. It feels a little bit different. I'm definitely a little bit more nervous this week just coming back, but it feels good. I'm super grateful to be back. Brooks Koepka, nervous. The 5-time major champion who once said majors are the easiest tournaments because half the field beats themselves. Nervous about a press conference. I think the nervousness was probably more for this. I'm excited to get to Thursday so I can get back to playing golf. That's where I feel most comfortable. The nervousness wasn't just about reporters, it was about his peers, players he'd left behind for Saudi money, players who stayed loyal when LIV came calling. Not everybody's going to have the same opinion. There are some guys that are happy to see me back and some guys that won't, and I understand that. Some conversations might be tougher than others. He'd already received overwhelming response, text messages from both sides, hugs with Billy Horschel and Harris English on the range, but he knew some felt he got off easy, that $5 million wasn't enough punishment. The reception from golf's biggest names has been carefully positive. Rory McIlroy, who stayed loyal to the tour despite enormous LIV offers, praised Koepka's competitive drive. "I think it says more about Brooks than anything else," McIlroy said. "He obviously is a very competitive person and wants to compete at the highest level. I think he made the decision that he thought competing at the highest level meant coming back to the PGA Tour." Keegan Bradley, the 2025 US Ryder Cup captain, was more effusive. "I think it's just an unbelievably great thing that Brooks is coming back. When I heard the news, I was thrilled. Brooks is an unbelievable competitor and somebody that really helps the PGA Tour." But not everyone shared that enthusiasm. Wyndham Clark, who turned down LIV money to stay with the tour, expressed frustration that Koepka could leave, make over $100 million, and then come back. "It's kind of frustrating that he's able to get the cake and also eat it." Still, Clark admitted it's ultimately good for the tour to have top players return. Justin Rose perhaps summarized it best. "We've all benefited from this chaos in one way or another, but we need a premium product. And this is the first time we've had someone who moves the needle come back our way." What awaits Koepka is a tour dramatically different from the one he left. When he departed in 2022, Scottie Scheffler had 3 career wins. Now Scheffler is the dominant world number 1 with 20 victories. Rory McIlroy won the 2025 Masters, his 5th major, tying Koepka. The player Koepka left behind has caught up to him in major championships. Koepka's own form raises questions. He missed 3 cuts at majors in 2025. He finished 31st in LIV's individual standings in 2024, his worst season. He's currently ranked 255th in the world according to the official World Golf Ranking, which doesn't award points for LIV events. Data Golf ranks him 162nd. This isn't the Brooks Koepka who terrorized major championships from 2017 to 2019. "I just didn't play good last year," Koepka admitted. "I'm not going to put an excuse on anything else other than I'm the one holding the club. I'm the one who's got to execute everything, and I just didn't do a good enough job." He returns to Torrey Pines Thursday morning, paired with Max Homa and Ludwig Aberg. Not counting majors, it's his first PGA Tour event since March 2022, when he lost to Dustin Johnson in the quarterfinals of the Match Play Championship. Ironically, both Koepka and Johnson went to LIV shortly after. Now only Koepka is back. The fan reaction remains unknown. Will they cheer the prodigal son's return? Will they boo the defector who took Saudi money and came crawling back? Koepka admits he's nervous about that too. Maybe I'm a little nervous about that as well, just to see how the fans respond to it. I hope that they're excited, I hope that they're happy that I'm out here. What makes this story fascinating is what it reveals about the state of professional golf. For years, LIV Golf promised a revolution. No cuts, guaranteed money, team golf. Shorter tournaments. A lifestyle tour where players could earn fortunes without grinding through traditional events. Big names jumped ship. Phil Mickelson, Dustin Johnson, Bryson DeChambeau, Jon Rahm, Cameron Smith, all lured by generational wealth. But now the first domino is falling back. Koepka's return suggests that money isn't everything, that competing against the best players week after week still matters, that legacy cannot be purchased. Patrick Reed has already followed, announcing he's a free agent and calling the PGA Tour the best tour in the world. The whispers are getting louder. Who's next? Are the dominoes starting to fall? Brooks Koepka's return isn't just about one player. It's a referendum on golf's civil war. It's a signal that perhaps the grass wasn't greener on the LIV side. It's a reminder that some things money can't buy, like the respect of your peers and the satisfaction of earning your place among the best. Thursday morning at Torrey Pines, Brooks Koepka will step onto the first tee as a PGA Tour player again. The nerves will be real, the stakes will be high. And the question that started this story will finally get answered. Can you really come home again? For Brooks Koepka, the only way to find out is to play. And that's exactly where he wants to be, inside the ropes, where champions are made and where nervous press conferences don't matter anymore. Just him, his clubs, and the game he never really left behind.